So non-duality, what is it? You always talk about it on your channel, but I'm new. What's all this talk of I'm one, I'm everything? Sounds ridiculous. What kind of brainwashing is this? Whoa, calm down, if that's what you're thinking. In this video, I'm going to show you that these teachings are just pointing at your direct experience of reality before all these layers of conditioning have been overlaid on top of you with thinking and concepts and ideas. Let's remove all that and go straight back to the beginning. What's the one thing we can't argue about? Knowing we exist. I know I exist. And I'm assuming it's the same for you. You didn't have to be taught you exist. You don't have to think you exist. You don't have to go, you don't think, oh, I forgot to exist. Now I remember. Oh, thank God. The feeling of existence is automatic. And you don't even need language for it, is what I'm trying to say. If we both agree on that, I can move forward. We're also always experiencing something. And this experience is happening within a field of awareness. And do you see an edge to this field of awareness? Do you see awareness and then it goes off into black? I don't. Wherever I look, wherever I am, I just experience a field of awareness. And in that field of awareness, experience is coming and going. Now, this experience that's happening in this field of awareness, can it ever affect that awareness? When you experience happiness, is the awareness happy? No, it just lights up the happiness. It makes it known. When you're feeling sad or angry, is the awareness sad or angry? No, it's just lighting up the experience of anger or sadness. In other words, whatever happens in awareness can never affect the awareness. It's like open, empty space. You can't cut it, punch it, burn it. All of those things happen within it. In other words, this field of awareness that all experience happens in, by default, is peace, is unconditional love. Why do I say unconditional love? Because the best definition I've found of unconditional love is total acceptance of what is. It allows all, no conditions. Who puts conditions on life? Our mind, us. Something happens in this field of awareness and then we label it good or bad. But this field of awareness allows all to happen. It is unconditional love, unconditional peace. Can we agree on that too? So I know I exist, I know everything's happening in a knowing field of existence. Now let's get down to this I we're all talking about. Half the job is done because we don't feel like we're the world. We experience the world, we go, nah, that's not me. Easy, half the job's done. But this person, here's where it gets interesting. Are you aware of this person? Yes? That's very general. Let's take it even deeper. Are you aware of the body? Or is it aware of you? I'm aware of the body. Are you aware of the breathing? Or is it aware of you? I'm aware of the breathing. Are you aware of your feelings? The feeling of boredom right now if I'm boring you and you want to click away. Are you aware of that? Yes, I'm aware of the boredom. But please don't leave. I'll be done soon. Are you aware of your thinking? Yes, I'm aware of my thinking. My thinking isn't aware of me. Are you aware of your ego? That sense of self somewhere in your head, behind your eyes, in between your ears? That's where I feel my ego. It might be different for you. The fact I can locate it there and it's not in my elbow or knee, it's an object. Your ego might be somewhere else, but I'm just saying that's where I feel it. I can objectify it there. What I'm trying to get at is you can scan this body top to bottom, inside and out, from the gross to the subtle, which means you can't be it. If you can objectify this body, it means it belongs to this world, and it does belong to this world. This body is made of food, which belongs to this world. Oxygen, which belongs to this world. Water that belongs to this world. But you still feel like you exist regardless. And this is what I'm trying to say. You know you exist. When you say I, the deepest sense that you say I is, I know. You're always knowing something. I am happy. I am angry. This is the job of the ego, by the way. It takes this unconditioned knowing presence I that you are and attaches to experience. I am a body. I am angry. I am happy. That's totally fine. And that's the topic of another video, how the ego isn't a bad thing at all. But I'll leave that for now. So hopefully I've been clear with this explanation that I'm just describing your direct experience. If you strip away all the beliefs you've been taught. You know you exist. All experience happens in a knowing field of awareness. Even this body is happening in this field of awareness. But I know I exist. But what do I exist as? Because all this is known to me, which means it can't be me. And also, you told me that reality is non-dual. What you're talking about, it seems like there's a knowing awareness and experience. These are two things. Wait a second. No, they're not. And here's why. For two things to be truly separate means you can experience them separately. Here's one thing. Here's another thing. I can show you one at a time or together, which means they're truly separate. So why is this pure consciousness that you are at your core non-dual? Because objects and consciousness can only appear together. And by that I mean, have you ever experienced objects with no consciousness? Doesn't make sense. You need consciousness to experience objects. Have you ever experienced awareness with no objects? You do actually in deep sleep. You're aware of nothing. And how fun is that? Not very fun at all. You're aware of a blank. In other words, consciousness with no objects is the experience of a blank. Objects with no consciousness would be the experience of a blank. And it's not even the experience, because like I said, you need consciousness for an experience. This is why they're one and the same. This is how they light each other up. Pure consciousness lights up objects, makes them known, and the objects make consciousness known. They reflect back to itself. And by that I mean, consciousness has non-objective qualities. It's prior to time, prior to space, totally unknowable, which makes the objective reality known, which at the same time, by knowing that objective reality, you know yourself as pure consciousness. You experience an objective reality, which shows you that you have non-objective qualities. You experience time, which shows you are timeless. This is why they work together so beautifully. They're one and the same thing. And if that doesn't convince you, have you ever had a lucid dream? If you haven't, what it basically means is you're in a dream and you know you are dreaming. And just humor me for a moment. Just picture this right now as a dream. Imagine 100% you knew this was a dream. Isn't everything that happens in this dream that we're experiencing now coming from the one mind? You're a dream character, apparently in a dream world, but it's all made from dream stuff. It's all made from mind. It's one and the same thing. It is the one mind appearing separate. This is why it's non-dual. There is no separation. What makes it even more kind of eerie is the dream is knowing itself. The dreamer is asleep in bed. They're not even in the dream. But the mind splits itself up into subject and object and experiences its own dream. The dream character isn't the person sleeping. That's why it's weird. The dream is self-reflective. It's knowing itself. Take that example to this bigger reality and you realize, they say this is God's dream if you're religious. There is just pure consciousness experiencing pure consciousness. The nature of consciousness is to know, but when there's nothing to know other than pure consciousness, it appears as its own subject and objects. I know it's starting to sound a bit confusing, but I hope I've cleared a lot of things up for you. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm happy to explain this further. But like I said, this is a lot to take in. But the funny thing about it is, it's so simple. It's just pointing to your direct experience of reality, like I said, without all this conditioning, thoughts, beliefs, opinions, that we've been taught for so long, and we believe it. We believe this conditioning. These teachings are just trying to decondition you with the ultimate goal to realize your true nature is peace, happiness, infinite, eternal. This is all it's trying to do. Like always, thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing. I'm so passionate about this kind of subject, as you probably know. Hope it helps. Have a good day.